Good morning, everyone. It is Emily, and I am on my way out to run some errands and grocery shop. All right, so I'm gonna take y'all with me today, and let's see what we're gonna talk about this morning. Let's just talk about what's going on in the country right now. So the government shut down. I believe we're on day 21 or 22, and I will be driving you guys, so I'm not gonna always be looking at the camera. I'm going to be making my way. Okay, all right, so we are on our way. But the government shut down, you guys. So yeah, it's unbelievable, but it's happened before. I believe it's shut down a couple of times in my lifetime. And yeah, so make sure my street sign ain't showing to you guys. So if it is, I would not be getting this upload. But excuse the sun. The sun is in the background. But yeah, so the government has shut down, and they are now saying that because of the shutdown, SNAP recipients, such as EBT recipients or food stamps recipients, well, however you want to call it, but it's a government funding program for people to receive what you call food stamps. They're saying that the recipients in various states across the United States will not be getting their usual amounts. Their food stamps this month, for the month of November, coming into the month of November. We are, I think today's date is October the 25th today. But the government has been shut down approximately 22 days now. And yeah, so let's just talk about that. For the ones that receive that, for their families, regardless if they're working or not, will be affected. And my heart goes out to those people, because there are some people, whether they are disabled or elderly, or if they're just working class trying to make it, get through to make it, and they receive those benefits, they are going to be affected the most. Now, it's not going to affect me because I don't receive food stamps. But I have once been a recipient of the program, so I understand the importance of that program. But my thing about it is that, the changes need to be made for the future of our country. Now, I'm not saying that nobody should receive it, but what I am saying is there are certain groups of people that rely on it and that should receive it. But, that I do know that they have made changes to the program, you guys. They, maybe about a year, or maybe a few months back to maybe a year ago, they put a change in place that if you was not disabled or working, that you was considered able-bodied, that you had to work a minimal of 20 hours a week. I think that is reasonable for that program, because once upon a time there was no limitations on it. Okay, so I really feel like with the state of the economy and how it is, we need people to be out there working if they can. Okay, so that's my take on it. I know people, situations and circumstances are different. It might be some mothers or fathers out there that are single parents, and maybe their child has a disability and they can't work, or they can't work a lot. So we have to take in consideration of people's personal circumstances. I personally get tired of hearing, my tax dollars is paying for your food. Well, once upon a time, people didn't always receive those types of benefits. So they have paid into the system once upon a time. So, you know, a lot of people hadn't just not worked all of their life, you know. So you need to look at it that way, that at some point in time you're paying into this system with your tax dollars, and you may find yourself where you need this program. So don't look at it as my tax dollars is paying for you to sit at home and eat good, blase, because we don't always know our fate. We don't know what our circumstances are. We don't know when the tables are going to turn and we're going to be in that position where we need food stamps. So please, you guys, be mindful of how or what you speak or how you speak about somebody's situation, because y'all, our situations are all different, okay? Our situations are all different. Our situations aren't all the same. Our circumstances aren't all the same. So I try to be mindful of what I speak and what I put out there concerning people that receive these different these different programs and benefits and stuff, you guys. So yeah, that's just me. I always try to be mindful of what I say about people on those programs. I don't know people's circumstances. I just know the United States is in trouble right now. We got to fix this system. The system is broken. Not just the food stamp system, but the healthcare system is broken as well. You know how much money that you citizens of the United States pour into the healthcare system? And it is people out there that do receive state funded and federal funded services as far as their medical, but a lot of us, that don't receive that, healthcare, the health insurance, it stings. You have to pay a lot. You might have to pay a lot out of pocket. You might have a higher deductible. And if you don't have a higher deductible, you're paying a lot more premium every month. The whole system needs a reworking, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to have a little sip of my coffee. My mouth is getting dry. So, yes, I have an iced coffee that I made this morning, courtesy of my house. So I'm also I always try to be mindful of what I'm spending as well. Even though, like I said, I don't receive food stamps or anything, but it's beneficial to the people that needs those services, as well as it's also beneficial to the people that need the Medicaid, the Medicare. My mom is at the age where she gets Medicare, okay? And I do know people that are disabled, or like my daughter is on that program. So that's the last program that I am on, that I am receiving government system. I have moved myself off of government assistance. So I used to receive food stamps, and I worked my way off of that program. And I also used to live in public housing, and I worked myself off of that program, and I no longer live in public assisted housing, okay? So, but I have put in the work to move myself out of those programs. The last program that I have to move myself off of is Medicaid for my daughter. So I do have medical insurance through my job, but my daughter does still qualify for the state insurance, the Medicaid, and so she receives that. But I am on my way of moving off of that program as well. So what I say is, for those that do receive the programs, there are time limits that they're putting in place now for these programs. And had they done that from the beginning, I think the country would be in a better shape financially. So that's where they went wrong, is that they never put a timestamp on these programs. Let's talk about Section 8. So I have never been on the Section 8 program, but I know people that have been on that program, including my mother. Okay, so Section 8 is a program that's put in place to pay for housing costs, and they may pay the full amount and they may pay a portion. It's based upon your income. So a lot of people think that people that are on Section 8 or living in these income-based housing, they're paying no rent at all. But reality is most recipients are paying some amount based upon their income. They're not just living for free, okay? So the housing and I just passed a housing development, and in order to get into that particular housing development, it is for lower income people, but you do not get placed on the waiting list unless you have a job. So we have to make sure we debunk those stigmas about these programs that you just sit at home and you don't work. You know, like I said, there are people that are on those programs and they don't work, but a lot of those people are not working for various reasons, such as maybe their kids are disabled, they're elderly and they no longer, working. They might be retired. So we have to debunk that first myth that people are just lazy and they don't want to work, because a lot of people that are on these programs, they do work. They might just not have enough income, and this is to help supplement their income. Okay, so first let's do away with all those stigmas and myths and stuff like that before we, and like I said, before we judge one, we have to try to think about people's circumstances. Okay, now, like I was saying about the Section 8 program, if they had done this years ago, put a time limit of the recipient. Like, for instance, they say that, you have 2 years to utilize this program as a stepping stone and get on your feet. And after the 2 years, then you'll be moved away from Section 8. I totally agree with that, because and it's different, and I believe there is a thing put in place for somebody that's disabled or elderly. They don't have that time stamp, but if you are able-bodied and you are working, they have a time stamp for you to get on your feet from this program. Now, not only do I feel like they should have a time stamp for that, but they should help you move away from it, because I do know that with me being in income-based housing, and whenever I got a raise and my income went up, my rent went up, and so I found myself having to work more hours. So I do think that they should have something in place where you can gradually move off the program. They can gradually decrease your benefits so that it will prepare you better to move off of the program, not just snatch it back from you, like, just snatch it, but they give you some time to move off the program. And I'm sorry, y'all, the camera might be shaking a lot, but I'm on a back road, and I also need some shocks in my car, so it might be moving a little bit more than normal. But yeah, so I think that if the country would have done this years ago, it would have saved the budget overall had they put these time limits and stuff in place. So I understand, regardless of whatever, and I'm saying this to you guys, regardless of whatever political party you are for, this has to be done to save the state of this country, okay? So, I'm not trying to shake nobody up or ruffle any feathers. I'm just trying to let you guys know that in order to save the future of this company, in order to save the future, this country is ran like a company. Oh my God, the sun is all in my face. But in order to save the future of this, let me make sure I'm paying attention here right quick, you guys. In order to save the future of this country, this has to be done, you guys. That we have to revise what is going on. I'm gonna try to park over here away from the sun. We have to revise I'm pulling up at Chick-fil-A because I had got some Chick-fil-A the other night and they double charged me, so I have to go in here and get this refund. Okay, but anyway, so regardless of what political party you are for, just know that they have to get the United States budget under control, just because the budget is out of order. It's out of whack, y'all. They're spending. The spending is out of control. Okay, so that coffee is good. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys this morning as I was running errands and let you guys know that it's tough out here. It's tough. And while we are talking about the budget, you know, and this is for anybody at any income level, we all need to be mindful of our spending right now. This is a budget and financial channel. For those that are just now seeing my video for the first time, we all have to be mindful of our, well, the middle class and the lower income people, because the rich ain't hurting. Okay, I'm gonna say that the rich ain't hurting like that right now, but us working class, middle class, or lower income, we got to be mindful of our dollar bills right now, because we don't know the future of this country. We don't know what's gonna happen. You know, we need to be mindful of what we are spending, you guys. You know, set a budget, do a paycheck budget, do a monthly budget. We have to just be mindful of what we spend. Now, I am over here at Chick-fil-A, and I still do eat out occasionally, but I set a budget for myself as far as eating out. So it's early in the morning. I did not eat breakfast, but I will be going back home to make my food. I did make my coffee before I left the house, so I'm not I'm not gonna stop at Starbucks. There is a Starbucks somewhere around here where I'm at now, but this carton of coffee that I bought was $4 and some change. So I probably get about 4 of these out of that carton. And stopping at Starbucks, you pay anywhere between $5 to $8 for a cup of coffee, depending on what you're getting. So cutting little things like that can add money back into, or keep money into your pocket. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting a Starbucks every once in a while, but just know that eating out every day, eating out multiple meals, eating out adds up. So like I said, we all need to be mindful of our spending right now. Not saying that you can never eat out and enjoy yourself, but just be mindful of how much you're eating out. So I didn't realize I need gas, but everything that I needed to do today, and this is another way how I control my money. So everything that I needed to do today is within this same area. So there's a QT across the street. That's my gas station of choice. I only use QT gas in my car. Behind me is the Chick-fil-A that I need to go in, that I was at the other night, and I need to go in here and get this refund because they charged me twice. Then over here, excuse me, I'm over here burping. Then over here is Walmart. So I'm gonna pick up groceries over here. So I'm going here and get my refund. I'm gonna pick up groceries over here at Walmart, and then I'm gonna shoot over here to the gas station and get gas. Okay, then on my way back down the road, I'm gonna stop at Dollar General, and I'm gonna get my personal hygiene products and my household products. I'm gonna go ahead and get those. And does it look like something is on? Okay, it's just the shadow. I thought it like something was on my mouth. And so the way that I save money, a tip for you guys, is that I run all my errands on one day. Okay, I don't fire my car up every day and go across town back and forth. That's spending more money out in gas. So I be mindful of my spending when it comes to eating out, as well as my gas usage. Now, I strategically plan where I work at. I actually work within my neighborhood at a school. I am a custodian for my local school district. Now, my local school district is big. I could have worked at a school all the way across town, but when they asked me, when I first started working for the school district, when they asked me what school I wanted to work at, I chose a school that was 2 streets over from where I live at. So if I wanted to walk to work or my car broke down, I could still get to work. I wouldn't even have to spend money for the bus, even though the city bus does run. I don't have to take it. I can walk with my feet. Okay, so then I left that school and I went to another school, and it was within 5 minutes driving. Okay, now if I had to walk that would probably take me about 15 to 20 minutes walking. Okay, but it was still within, my neighborhood is still within the area that I live in. It's not going all the way across town. And then I also left that school, and now I'm at my third school, which is an elementary school, and it's actually within my neighborhood as well. I have several schools within my neighborhood, y'all. Like I said, my school district is a large school district. I believe it's the largest school district in the state of South Carolina. Okay, so the school that I work at now it will probably take me maybe 10 minutes to walk from my house. But by car, the school that I work at is literally 2 minutes up the road. Okay, and then my daughter attends a school in the other direction from my house, and it takes like 5 minutes to get there by car, but it would take her longer if she had to walk to school. But she rides the bus, so she rides the bus to and from school. And then, like I said, I work within 2 minutes from my school. I could walk it every day, but I choose to drive for various reasons, just in case I have to leave it for like an emergency. I have to like go and pick her up from school or something like that. It would take me about maybe 30 minutes to walk from my school to her school, because her school is the opposite direction. It's in my neighborhood. It's the opposite direction though, and it's kind of hilly, so it would actually take me a little bit longer to walk from my school to her school. But driving wise, from my school to her school is less than 5 minutes. Okay, now so I told y'all that story because I wanted to, for those that may be middle class or lower income, like when you get these jobs, try to get them as close to home as possible. Like, try not to get a job very far away from your house. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's costing you more money. You're spending your paycheck back out in gas to get to and from work. So I don't spend very much money back from my paycheck in gas or car and car maintenance, so most of my money is mine. I'm not having to spend it back out to get to work, back and forth, car maintenance as well. And that's why I choose to run most of my errands within one day, to cut down on my car maintenance. And with me living and working in the same area, that's saving me money as far as car maintenance. I'm not having to do as much car maintenance, and it's not putting as much wear and tear on my car, which means my car is able to last longer. So just be mindful of things like that. I know sometimes we forget, or we get used to just having things a certain way. But in this economy, we all need to be mindful of how much money we are spending and how much money we are spending out. Oh, and I thought that was a human that was looking at me. It's a dog. It's a truck that parked beside me, and there's a big dog in the front. Okay. But yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted to come this morning and just have a little chit chat with you. Let me know if you like these little chit chat videos. Give me some topics down in the comments. Like, what else would y'all like me to just randomly talk about? Okay, I like these little car chats and whatnot. I know I was driving, and I'm gonna review this just to make sure, for privacy reasons, because the people that's on the internet, some people could get kind of crazy. Like, they would try to find out where you live. They would try to stalk you. Monitoring spirits, etc., etc. But I don't mind doing these car videos. I just still want to respect my privacy and whatnot. But yeah, so I just wanted to just come with you guys this morning, have a little chit chat with my coffee, and it's 9 o'clock. I need to be back at home by 11. I'm babysitting my nephew today. But I just wanted to come and just have a little chit chat with y'all this morning. And like I said, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if you like these types of videos. If you have any kind of topics or anything that you would like me to talk about, leave those down below. Okay, so I'm going to get on in here to Chick-fil-A and get my refund, and I will talk to you guys later.